Please be seated. We now have a presentation on stewardship by Davina Gayle.
Hi, good morning, everybody. So I wrote this speech several different times, and this is the final version that I ended up with, so please bear with me. I first attended Christ Church Waltham in September 2022. I had moved here from the UK in 2019, and my mom and I had started attending different churches, trying to find a new home, and we didn't find one. Of course, in 2020, with COVID, and we all had to stop attending in-person church. And when everything started opening up, we wanted to find a new church home where we could physically fellowship together. And then one day I was driving home, and at the stoplight outside, I looked to my right, and I noticed Christ Church Waltham. And so on our first visit was when Deacon Clifford's, I think it was your first day doing the sermon in September 2022, and everyone was just so warm and welcoming and friendly, and we hadn't felt that at any of the other churches. And we also, of course, felt welcomed by Reverend Capia and, of course, Deacon Clifford. So, of course, we kept coming back every Sunday, and I officially became a member and was confirmed on June 10th, 2003. I'll admit, I know this is supposed to be a stewardship talk, but before attending Christ Church, I'd never really heard much about or knew much about stewardship. But after listening to everybody, I think I'm finally starting to understand. Stewardship is not just caring for the church building, which is of course very important. So, your financial contributions support with that, but also the church community and the ministries. And this can take various forms. And I wanted to give a personal example of that, of how I show stewardship in terms of time. So in the summer of this year, John McLaughlin and I, we took over the running of Grandma's Pantry from Sue Burkhart. And Sue has managed Grandma's Pantry for many, many years. Now, with the continued support of Sue and other members of the congregation, and forgive me if I forget anybody's names, but Sally, Peter, Suzanne, Amy, Louie, Zena, Greta, Andrea, Pamela, Michelle, Selden, and so many others, with your support, John and I have been able to preserve this ministry, Grandma's Pantry, for many patrons that visit us now and for those that, of course, will need it in the future. So 2024 has been a very hard year for my family and I, after we lost my mom. And I know you all miss her dearly. And my mom also showed stewardship in one of many ways, but in one way she did was by sharing her talents. And of course, we all ate something that she baked at some point in time at coffee hour. But not just that, every member in this church, hold on. You have all been there for us in our times of need. And I can't express how grateful I am for each and every one of you. But the only thing that I can do to show you guys how much I appreciate it is by practicing stewardship myself. It's by giving back. It's by giving back my time. It's by giving back my talent. It's by giving back my treasures, so that this community can be there for somebody else that needs them in the way that you guys have been there for me. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry.
No problem.